Danielle here from Bloom Skincare in Mendocino. I wanted to show you guys a basic at-home Gua Sha technique using the Cecily Braden Jade Gua Sha board with ridges. All right, so first you want to prep your skin with cleansing it. I like to do it about an hour before I do my Gua Sha routine, really no less than 30 minutes. I have prepped my skin by cleansing with the Marie Vonique EO-free oil cleanser, as well as the pre and probiotic facial mist. Next, I've applied the Code of Harmony Salvation Oil, which is CBD infused. It's important when you do your Gua Sha routine that the skin is prepped with hydration and that you do not use any kind of harsh exfoliation or peels on the skin before you do your Gua Sha routine. All right, so our skin is nice and prepped. I will note that I do have the Henné Lip Tint in Azalea on and the Glow Skin Beauty Mascara in the waterproof formulation. I knew I was coming on camera and I wanted to put a little something on, but that is all I have on my skin besides the products that I have prepped with. All of these products, along with the Gua Sha, are available on our website, bloommendo.com, where we are offering $5 shipping or local pickup. Okay, so to start, we're gonna take our Gua Sha tool and we're gonna work on the back of the neck. It's important that you work from the bottom up in order to clear those pathways for any waste stagnation to drain properly into those lymph vessels. I get asked this question a lot. People ask, well, can I just go and work on the areas of concern around my eyes or my mouth? And you really want to work underneath so that that excess fluids, waste has somewhere to drain and it doesn't get essentially stopped up. In Chinese medicine, there is the analogy that I like to visualize when I do my Gua Sha routine that we are flowers essentially. So we have the soil, the stem, and then our face, which is the bloom. So by working on the neck and chest, you're essentially tilling the soil in order to feed the bloom. So that's something that I like to visualize when I'm doing my Gua Sha routine. All right, so to start, we're gonna take the Gua Sha stone. This first little nook here is what you're essentially gonna hug your vertebrae, your back of your spine into when you place the stone. The angle is gonna be about a 15 degree, even a 5-degree angle. It's very close with the skin. It's never, straight up and down. The pressure when we are working is light to medium. And again, the skin is prepped with the oil. So to start, we're going to work on the back of the neck and you're going to find your spine right here. Place the Gua Sha tool at the base and then ever so slowly, like you're moving through water, work your way up right to that hairline. You're going to work in strokes of 3 and make sure you're feeling it. You never want to work on the vertebrae, okay? You want to be working around it, hugging it, working those kind of that fluid that's right underneath the skin. All right, now that we've done 3, we're just going to kind of sidestep right next to it and do those same movements. 1, 2, 3. And then next I'm going to take this longer waved edge and work on the side of the neck. 1, 2, 3, right up to that hairline again. Then you're going to repeat on the opposite side of the neck. Next, we're going to work on the chest. For the chest, I'm going to use that same edge, holding and supporting the skin. You never want to tug the skin when you're working with Gua Sha. So first we're going to start from the bottom up. So I'm going to support the skin with my opposite hand, taking the tool, and it's pretty much flush with the skin. And I'm just going to essentially scrape right along all the way up to the side here. 2, 3. And ideally you'll be wearing a shirt that you could work with. All right, so next we're gonna work up. Same thing, holding the skin to support. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going right underneath that collarbone here, not on top, right underneath. 3. Good. All right, and then you're gonna repeat that on the opposite side. Next, we're gonna move up to the jawline. This is one of my favorite spots to work on. I am a night grinder, and I, like most women, store a lot of my stress in my jawline. You can feel it when you work on the jawline. You're gonna feel kind of these little crunchies, and that's actually the stagnation, that lymphatic stagnation, all that kind of stuff that's just hanging on there and causing these traffic jams and blocking really that delivery system of the essential nutrients and oxygen to the face. So again, supporting the skin, I'm gonna hold in the middle of the chin here, using this first little nook to just essentially hug that jawline. Actually, let's take a step back. I want to show you guys a technique that I particularly like for tightening up right underneath the jawline. It works on essentially keeping that skin nice and tight and working on any of those that have that loose skin kind of starting right underneath here to keep it nice and tight. So I'm going to hold right underneath my neck, and I'm essentially going to take the board flat right underneath the jawline, and I'm just running it along, and I'm kind of walking my hand as I work up, and I'm stopping right underneath that ear here. So again, good. And you should feel, I mean, I can feel kind of all those crunchies right in through here. At this point, you should probably begin swallowing. That's a good sign. That means that your lymph is activated and everything's kind of starting to drain. All those excess fluids, all those unwanted toxins are working their way down. So next, now we're going to work on that jawbone here. So taking that first little nook here, holding and supporting, I'm going to take and just start running. And making sure that as you work, you curve your hand so that you're always keeping that stone at about a 15-degree angle. You never want to, kind of get here. And that's something that as you do Gua Sha more on a regular basis, it'll just become intuitive to you. But I want you guys to begin with the proper technique so that you don't kind of accumulate these bad habits. So we're going to do that in a series of 3. And I don't know about you, but I felt a lot of crunchies right in through here on the chin. The chin is one of my favorite spots to work on. And I'm just taking that board and kind of focusing on those areas that I can feel and hear that stagnation. And then continuing to work up. Good. Next, we're going to work on the center of the face and the sinuses. So holding the side of the mouth, taking that same edge here, working up to the right about the side of the ear. 2, 3. And I like to give kind of a little jiggle here. It just helps to loosen up any of that stagnant fluid and start working it down into the lymph. So now that we've done kind of those 2 sections here, I like to take my stone and begin to work all that kind of junk, that we've worked out of the face down into the lymph system. It's important that you encourage that flow. So taking the board flat against the skin, holding and supporting right along the side of the ear here, I'm going to start to work down and very light pressure. This is not hard pressure. And then I'm going to take that long waved edge of the tool and just continue encouraging that fluid to work down the side of the neck into the terminus right here, which is right above the collarbone, which is essentially the holding tank for the lymph system, that lymph vessel that lies right here, which in Chinese medicine, actually, they refer to this as like the water wheels of our body. So with Gua Sha, typically you are working up and out, except for when you are doing lymphatic drainage, then you're going to work downward. All right, so next we're going to work on the sinuses. So taking this kind of pointed edge of your tool, I'm just going to hold it right here, right kind of on the corner bottom of that nose. And you should almost feel like an activation. You know, when you're working with pressure points along the body, it's kind of intuitive, you know, you need to feel it. Also know where they're located. But you know when you've hit the right spot when you start to kind of feel that energy coursing through the body. Really great spot right here for those with chronic allergies, sinus, congestion. Okay, so now that we've activated the sinuses, now we're going to work to go ahead and lift and open up and drain the sinuses. So holding on the side of the nose right here, I'm going to take the stone on this edge here, and just so it sits right about here, I'm going to start to lift up. So it's kind of a sweeping motion. Let me show you guys that. I sound kind of funny because I'm holding my nose. But so I'm kind of going with the curve of the cheekbone and essentially hugging my cheekbone with that first little curve all the way up to the hairline, doing that in motion of 3. Next, I'm going to work right underneath the eyes here. So again, taking this pointed edge and kind of just working to activate, release those fluids that store right underneath the eye area. Holding right by the side of the nose here, taking very gentle lifting up to the hairline. Doing that in strokes of 3. You don't want to get too close to the eye area, but you do want to kind of, I like to target this area right here that tends to get a little puffy, and just working out that fluid. All right, so next I want to show you guys another sinus point, taking that pointed edge, holding it right, oh yeah, right there. And again, you should feel it once you make contact. It's kind of, yeah, you guys can see it. I'm giving a little wiggle, again, activating those sinuses, starting to release that excess fluid that's been stored around the eyes. Good. All right, now, so next we want to work right underneath that brow bone. So again, taking kind of this pointed edge here, I'm going to hold, and I'm pressing and I'm lifting as I work right underneath that brow bone, right underneath that eyebrow, again, lifting. And a lot of us, I mean, you'll feel kind of those little crunchies again right in this area, especially those that work on the computer a lot, which we're all doing right now. Good. Up, and again, that lifting. It's a light pressure, but I'm lifting as I go, stopping at the temples. All right, we're going to do that in a stroke of 3. Now I'm going to take this little curved edge and essentially kind of hug that eyebrow. So again, supporting the skin, lifting up and out. And again, making sure that when you do it, you keep it at about a 15-degree angle. I kind of went like that. So, you know, we all make mistakes, but just try to remember that's about the angle that you want to stay at. All right, now we're going to work on the forehead. So holding the center here. I like to, this is a great point right here. We're activating that third eye, opening up the channels. All right, good. Now we're going to hold right here and taking that kind of little notchy edge, we're going to just start all the way up to the hairline. 2, 3. Now I'm gonna take this curved wave edge, holding and supporting the eyebrow. 1, 2, 3. Same. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going up into the hairline. I'm not kind of stopping halfway. You wanna make sure that you really follow through with your strokes. Okay, so next, I'm gonna show you a few little techniques for working on areas of concern, fine lines around the eyes. So taking this ridged edge right here, we're going to do a crisscross motion. And again, supporting the skin, I'm gonna take both fingers. It's a little hard to show you on video and do it, but it'll be much easier when you're doing it at home. So holding, supporting the skin, I'm gonna start working in a horizontal motion. And this is a firm pressure. You want to start to see a flushing of the skin. Good. Now we're going to opposite direction. Starting to activate that circulation, bringing all those nutrients, oxygen, ironing out the fascia, working out those muscles. Good, and you can kind of see there's a little redness there, which is what you should expect. Okay, and now we're gonna do the same thing on the side of the face, which is a little harder to show you guys. Crisscrossing. Good, taking same way. And then you repeat that on the opposite side. Okay, so that is a basic Gua Sha routine at home. I recommend doing it twice a week. If you have active acne, you do want to work around the area. You never want to work over cysts. And then when you're done with your routine, I like to use a nice warm, clean facial towel to remove any excess oil. I do my mist and then my moisturizer of choice afterwards. If you have any questions, you can always email me at info@bloommendo.com. And don't forget, you can shop for these products and more on bloommendo.com. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon.